Hello, Hero Collectors here. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. I know I am, and today I'm going to be cracking open these two Marvel Legends figures that are crossovers with Magic the Gathering. We have Agent Anti-Venom and the Battle Damage Spider-Man. I got these from Target. They had a sale going on. When you spend $80, you get $20 off. So these two together came in stock over $80. So I got $20 off. So these are basically $30 each. So got an okay deal on them. I did just want to share this. Whoever was packing my order wrote this and put it in the box. I feel really bad because I don't play Magic the Gathering. I've already talked to some people, and basically these cards are accounted for. I don't know who they're going to exactly, but one way or another, these cards will not be staying with me. I'm not going to suddenly become a Magic player. So I feel bad, but just know that they're gonna go to a good home eventually if this person ever watches. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start cracking them open. I'm gonna compare them to the most recent Agent Venom and the Renew Your Vows Spidey, because that seems to be what this guy is based on, but it is completely new from what I can tell, except maybe the hands. So let's go ahead and get them out here. Now, I do plan to get this whole wave. It was just these two were the only ones on Target, and with that deal, I got them. And these were the two main ones that I did end up canceling my pre-order that I did have for them, but these were the two that that I did have pre-ordered for a little bit. Oh, these are new tentacles. Cool. I wasn't sure if they were new or not, and everything just wants to fall over. There he is. I'm going to try and get the accessories. I'm going to pause and try to get the accessories out here in a second, especially since that card is taped in. I want to be extra careful with that. So let's just set that off to the side for the moment. And then, we'll just get this out here. And then we'll get Spidey out. Even though I'm not a Magic the Gathering collector, I do respect the people that collect cards, because when I was younger, I did collect Yu-Gi-Oh! For a good while, and I understand wanting to keep your cards nice and, what's the word? Pristine. So I'm going to try to be as careful as I possibly can for whoever does end up taking the cards off my hands. So there is Spidey out of the packaging, and I'm going to pause and get the accessories out. Okay, I have now gotten them out of the packaging. Took a little bit of doing just to be super gentle and get them safely out while also getting the card out without bending it. Just trying to be conscious of that. So let's get them broken in, and we'll start with Anti-Venom just because we have seen this base body before. And I know mostly what to expect here, but they have remolded the torso, and we'll get into how and why. I will say the line work on here, the darker lines, they're not a black. They're actually like a gray color, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like I would have preferred a just straight black for those details, but he also does have hits of silver, like that. There's silver. That there is silver on the biceps, and it looks like here on the side of the thighs. Pretty good. Now, if you have not seen, I believe I did a review a couple months back of the newer Anti-Venom, or not Anti-Venom, Agent Venom from this year's retro carded wave. Who did I pair him with? It would have been two others. It would have been Spider-Boy and Electro, the female Electro. So if you want, go check out my review on that guy. This guy will probably be a lot of the same feelings, but I was hoping for this repaint. I have the previous Agent Anti-Venom. I'm still debating on if I'm going to sell those original figures for Agent Venom, so we'll see what ends up happening there. But I'm very happy with these improvements. Now the big change, and I'll just go ahead and bring in the new Agent Venom. You can see all exactly the same mold, except for the back of the torso, because the back of the torso now has a port that you can plug in the tendrils. Now, when I actually took photos of this guy, I was able to kind of push the torso forward a bit and find a gap in between the joint here, and took one of the old tendril effects and was able to stick it in there. So there is a way to do that if you have the old effects, but I'm glad that they remolded it for this guy. So let's see. Okay, we've got tendrils that go this way. I'm assuming that would need to go over the top of his body. And yeah, these are new. The previous ones tended to go out, and it was a smoother sculpt. Like you can see, there's a lot more kind of detail to these. But I believe they're supposed to hold all the guns. So we've got a crap ton of guns down here. So we got, I believe these are just the ones we've been seeing, like with the shield agents, because they are blast effect compatible. So let's just see how easily you can plug these into the tendrils. I wonder if you can loop that into the trigger hole. You can, okay. It's angled down a little bit. But is it just as secure if you don't? If you just kind of rest it there. Yeah, okay. So there's that. Let's see if this one do the same. I wonder if I did them wrong, or if I swapped them. No? Okay, so there's that. That one you can hold like that. And that one holds just fine too. So yeah, he's strapped. And he also has this other one that can just go in the holster. Of course, you can just put it in his hand. So that is cool. I don't know if I love the color of these guns. They're in this like metallic pale blue, but I don't know, it's still pretty sweet. Look at the blast effects, which are green for some reason. Don't know why that is. Okay, that one's kind of loose. Here, let's switch over because I'm right-handed, so this will be easier if I do this way. There. And yeah, like so. Okay. And then we'll have this one with the smoky effect. Or maybe you rotate it and it's like dripping slime. I don't know. And plug this one in. And boom. There he is. Armed to the teeth. And he's got all these extra hands. These are the same hands that we saw with the previous Agent Anti-Venom. Or Agent Venom. I keep doing that. Why do I keep doing that? No, pretty cool. This is a repaint that I was wanting. The tendrils is a nice addition. The guns, yeah, I don't know if I love the color, but it's still fun. I like the getting different effect colors. That's nice. But now there's just one repaint left, and that's the Thunderbolts, where it's the black with the red symbol. But they could also do a recent costume where Flash put on the Toxin symbiote, and it was very similar looking to the Agent Venom look. So I'm going to throw up some pictures in post so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But let me know if you would want that Toxin down in the comments below. I'm unsure. I want a original, like, first appearance Toxin first, but I don't know. It's a good mold, so I'll take as many repaints as they want to do, but I especially want that Thunderbolts one. But now moving on here to Spidey. And yeah, it's looking interesting. I'm just kind of pouring over him real quick. Yeah, I don't think a single... Okay, maybe this lower portion in the hips. No, it's even got some sculpted damage there. And maybe the feet and hands. I think for sure the hands. But then the feet The lower torso and these hip pieces are all reused, but everything else, I believe, is brand new. He's got the dumbbell at the head, so he's going to have some limited range looking up. That is a shame. Got some good crunch, good twist, good pivot. There. I like that they sculpted in the detail of the costume being ripped for the butterfly. I think it's a little, just because I'm an action figure collector, it looks a little strange just having that straight cut. Maybe a little bit of paint on the inside of the butterfly would have been nice, but yeah, you can see the tethers there. Looks pretty cool. There, got the twist there, the bicep. Like I said, this is based on the Renew Your Vows mold, so you know mostly what to expect, but it is brand new, or not brand new, but like new parts based on the mold. Like they took the original sculpt and changed it. Okay, the drop downs there. And okay, it's a little stiff, and I want to be careful not to twist. The fear of just like straight up twisting that peg off at the hip, because that would be bad. I don't want to just straight up ruin the figure, or break it, I should say. There. May need to heat him up, because it doesn't want to just, it, like a lot of times when I'm breaking in a figure and like it kind of has that tension where it's just twisting the plastic instead of moving. Once you kind of break that joint, it kind of falls into place, but these don't feel like they're doing that, so I don't want to push it any more than I have to. So probably won't be posing him in this video just for that. Now, the mask I do like, but I do wish they would have based it on, there's a particular image, I'll try to pull it up here, of like a battle damaged Spidey that always comes to mind, where his like lower kind of like mouth is exposed. I know a lot of people want one of the lenses to be broken, but I don't know. I think it's fine as is, but I would have liked to see an eye or the mouth kind of exposed when like this. But otherwise, I think it looks great. Let's go ahead and bring in Renew Your Vows. So, yeah, the lower arms are changed because he's even got some nicks here that aren't even painted. The reds are really close, so, I mean, if you want to use the heads there, that can still work. I don't think it matches just the glossiness of Renew Your Vows. But, well, I guess I could have put this head onto Renew Your Vows body. Yeah, there it is. I think that one looks better than what I did previously. But what I am noticing that I do like is the upper torso is more like better sculpted. Like I like the Renew Your Vows body, don't get me wrong, but for Peter Parker specifically, I always thought the chest jutted out a bit too much, and I think they've kind of fixed that with this figure, so I do like that. That looks really good. Let's actually get the head back on this Spidey. So, but yeah, I definitely think the feet, that upper, oh no, not even the upper hips. These are smooth, so those can't be reused. Yep, no, lower hips aren't, or this lower part of the torso can't be reused because this has wrinkles sculpted. This one doesn't. Is there a way to tell? Yep, that one's got wrinkles too. So no, he is 100% new, except for the hands and feet, I think. So that's interesting. Unless there's another Spidey that has those details and I just don't have it on hand that it's reusing from. But no, it looks pretty good. Actually, I do want to put the battle damage, which that looks really good. The detail, that is really good detail for the battle damage. The last time we got a battle damage, it was just the standard Peter Parker head with just a little bit of bruising and maybe some blood, but this looks like they sculpted all this in, and it's a really good head. I like that. It looks a lot like Spider-Man or Peter Parker as I know him. So that's fun. But yeah, in terms of the rest of the Spider-Man package, like he comes with all the hands you would want, which I love. So he's got the fists, wall crawlers, and the thwips, and then these are fine. I'm tired of these webs. The fact that we got the shield again already, because it just came in the Maximum Spidey, is fine. This one has less paint, because they actually did paint some of the inside of the webbing with Maximum Spidey. I don't know. Maybe a web backpack would have been great, but I do like the, bruised up face. But yeah, overall, these are fun. I'm very happy I got them. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will eventually do a review, probably of these two together, once I've taken photos and really finalize my thoughts on everything that they come with and everything that they can do. So make sure you are subscribed to check that out when it happens, and make sure you are liking the video, and I will talk to you all in another video, another post, another time.